Imagine standing on the floor of the Arctic Ocean. It is pitch black. The water hovers just above freezing. The pressure is immense. And yet, 400 meters beneath the Barents Sea, off the northern coast of Norway, scientists discovered something extraordinary. An ancient mud volcano, 7,000 years old, and full of life. This is the story of the Borealis Mud Volcano, a hidden Arctic sanctuary discovered almost by accident and already facing growing threats. In 2023, researchers from the Arctic University of Norway set out to survey the seabed of the Barents Sea. Using a remotely operated vehicle named Aurora, they descended into the darkness below. What they found was unexpected. A mud volcano unlike anything previously documented in the region. Unlike the volcanoes we normally imagine, Borealis does not erupt lava. Instead, methane-rich fluids and gases slowly seep upward through the seafloor. For at least 7,000 years, that methane has been building hard carbonate rock formations filled with crevices, ledges, and sheltered spaces. And it does something else. It warms the surrounding water. While nearby seabed temperatures remain close to 4 degrees Celsius, the water around Borealis reaches more than 11 degrees. In the deep Arctic, that difference changes everything. What Aurora's cameras revealed was not barren rock. It was an ecosystem. Sea anemones covered the carbonate formations, their pale tentacles drifting in the current. Ancient demosponges anchored themselves to the hard surfaces. Tube worms built colonies across the rocky substrate. Delicate octocorals extended their branches into the water. In one of the harshest environments on Earth, life had found a foothold. The carbonate formations created by methane seepage had become a habitat, a sanctuary. Among the species living here was one particularly important resident, the redfish, Sebastes marinus. Across much of the North Atlantic, redfish populations have declined after decades of commercial fishing pressure. In Norway, the species is considered endangered. At Borealis, scientists found something the fish desperately needs: shelter. The volcanic rock formations provide structure rarely found across large areas of the Arctic sea floor. Cracks, overhangs, and rocky refuges offer protection for both adults and juveniles. The volcano has effectively become a natural refuge for a vulnerable species. The protection extends beyond habitat. The hard carbonate formations also make bottom trawling far more difficult. Bottom trawling is one of the most destructive fishing methods in the world, dragging heavy nets across the seabed and damaging everything in their path. At Borealis, the rocky structures help shield parts of the ecosystem from that pressure. Without any human planning, the volcano has become a de facto marine sanctuary. But the sanctuary is not untouched. When Aurora explored the site, researchers found abandoned fishing nets tangled among the ancient formations. Human activity had already arrived, even before scientists fully understood what existed there. The discovery raised a larger question. If this ecosystem is unique, who is protecting it? For now, the answer remains uncertain. The Barents Sea is an economically important region, closely tied to offshore energy development and increasing interest in seabed resources. Scientists warn that understanding these ecosystems must come before decisions that could permanently alter them. Because once they are damaged, recovery may take centuries, or never happen at all. Then came another surprise. In 2025, researchers announced the discovery of 10 additional mud volcanoes in the southwestern Barents Sea. Together, they form what is now known as the Borealis Mud Volcano Complex. Each volcano may support its own unique community of life. Each remains largely unexplored. and each reminds us how little we still know about the Arctic Ocean. Beneath those cold gray waters lies a world that remained hidden for thousands of years, a world shaped by methane, geology, and time. A world capable of supporting life where life should barely be possible. 7,000 years ago, as the last ice age faded from northern Europe, methane began to seep through the floor of the Barents Sea. Slowly, century after century, it built something remarkable. A structure, a habitat, a refuge. It survived in darkness for 7 millennia. Whether it survives the modern world is a different question. If this story changed the way you see the Arctic Ocean, share it. Because the creatures living on these ancient volcanoes do not have a voice. But we do.